Excuse me, are you Adam Graham?
The very same. And this is my old-time radio snack wagon.
Welcome to the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon, where we serve up a bite-sized portion of old-time radio. And now, here's your Snack Wagon host, Adam Graham.
We are long past due for another program featuring music, having not served up any since New Year's. And we turn to one of my absolute joys in old-time radio. And that's the Hour of Charm. One of the forgotten and truly unique radio institutions. You'll find traces of it in other programs. You might hear a comedian have a throwaway line about Evelyn and her magic violin. And as a 21st century listener, you'd figure, well, that's referencing something. But you have no idea what it was. The Hour of Charm was a program starring Phil Spitalny's all-girl orchestra. It came at a time when most orchestras were all-male. Spitalny was the leader of one of those orchestras, but one night in 1932, he heard a fantastic violin recital by a female violinist. He disbanded his orchestra and then began a search for female musicians for an all-female orchestra. And in 1934, he introduced his new orchestra group, made up of 32 very talented women. Each member could play at least 2 instruments. One played as many as 12. Some were talented soloists, and all performed as part of a chorus. And most of them had graduated from conservatories. The orchestra had its own radio program, The Hour of Charm, which aired from 1934 to 1948, beginning and ending its run on CBS, but with 10 years in the middle being broadcast over NBC. So we're going to play an excerpt from their program with a couple of segments. As this is approaching July 4th weekend, I decided to go ahead and choose a selection with a couple of American tunes that I think you'll enjoy. Here now from September 2nd, 1945 is The Hour of Charm.
The title of this timely presentation is The House I Live In, offered by the all-girl choir featuring the distinctive voice of Francine.
What is America to me? A certain word democracy.
The house I live in, a total street, the butcher and the grocer and the people that
The children in the playground, the faces that I see.
races are religious. That's America. Washington and Jackson and the past that still remain, the little bridge at Concord where freedom's fight begun. Gettysburg and Midway, and the story of that the goodness everywhere, a land of wealth and beauty with enough for all to share. A house that we call freedom, the home of liberty. The promise for tomorrow. That's America to me. America, beautiful, the land of the brave and the free.
Our charming young concert mistress, Evelyn, and her magic violin. Evelyn?
Good evening, everyone. The songs of Stephen Foster have become a symbol of American music. Although his greatest song was written almost 100 years ago, today, more than ever, Americans are finding consolation in its sympathetic words and familiar music. My solo tonight, Stephen Foster's Old Folks at Home.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed this performance. The House I Live In actually premiered on Broadway in 1942, but really came to popularity in a 1945 short film of the same title, which starred Frank Sinatra, who sung the title song. And Sinatra continued to perform this in concert for decades. It was also covered by many people over the years, including Mahalia Jackson, as well as Roy Rogers and Dale Evans. However, I really love this choral arrangement. And then we had that violin solo. Evelyn, aka Evelyn Kaye, was so good. And while I suppose her billing might seem a bit cheesy, I don't know if I could find a better word for her performance other than magic. It's time for me to close up the old snack wagon, but don't worry, we'll be back with another serving of old-time radio goodness before you know it. If you want to enjoy some of our longer form podcasts, you can feast away at my website at greatdetectives.net. Your emails are also welcome at adam@snackwagon.net.
The Old Time Radio Snack Wagon comes to you from Boise, Idaho. Your host is Adam Graham. Sound production is by Rhines Media, LLC. You can listen to past episodes of the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon as well as connect on social media at our website at snackwagon.net. Email suggestions for episodes to adam@snackwagon.net. This has been the Old Time Radio Snack Wagon.
Until next time, goodbye.